heavy metal freaks, speed metal lovers, how's it going there, you know? Given the song that I'm gonna be covering, plus the documentary, I should be like, this is one for all the stoners out there. But you know what though, dude? Fuck that, alright? Because no, this is for anybody that likes heavy metal music. Period, okay? There is a documentary that came out last week, and it is about the musical career of Scott Weinrich, more famously known as just Wino, and that's the name of the documentary. It is called Wino the Documentary. You may know him from bands like The Obsessed and St. Vitus and Shrinebuilder and The Hidden Hand and probably a couple of others that I'm forgetting right now. But anyway though, it covers like all, you know, his time throughout these bands, and it is fucking a lot of live footage, and the live footage is really cool. Normally you think in a documentary and there's tons of that, it's like kind of boring, but like not the case in this one though, because it's old footage, right? And like it is a really good reflection of just like, you know, the sound of Wino, all right? Like, let me tell you about this, man. Like, you learn in this documentary that the man was born with two mouths, okay? The one on his face plus the one that appears around his midsection when he shreds and he plays guitar, man, because when he plays guitar, dude, he's one of those players that like, he's like Dimebag Darrell. He's like Slash. Rick Hunnell does it on the latest Die Humane album. He's playing, but he's talking too, okay? You hear the man, okay? You hear like what is inside of him, what he's thinking, or maybe what he was thinking when he wrote those notes, but fucking A, dude, he's one of those players, right? You just hear Wino, okay? Dude, if you want to get an idea as to what any of his music is like, okay, to me, he brings me places that I like going, all right? Like, a lot of times in music, at least in metal, it's like, when you're using that sort of like, you know, literary motif or whatever the fuck that, you know, that I'm trying to say is called. Most of the time with metal, it's like, you know, brings you to a dark place, you know, it brings you to like someplace fucking, it's always dark, right? But no, man, like, Wino brings you to places that are like psychedelic and trippy and fucking far off on, not so much on another planet, but like in another time period, okay? And the time period is like the 70s and the 80s and even like the 90s, okay? So fucking all right, in this day and age of like making comparisons to other bands and like stereotypically his music has been associated with like sludge metal, doom metal, stoner metal. But the older I'm getting, man, like it's becoming all heavy metal to me, man, and fucking A, right? However, like just from experience, what really like, you know, made it pop to me, okay, when I like learned Wino, when I connected with him, it wasn't in any of those albums. It was from the collaboration that he did with this guy, Connie Ox. Connie Ox is like a modern day sort of like folk musician, okay? And dude, those two together, when I ever heard that album, Freedom Conspiracy, that's the second one that they did together. Let me let the cat inside, 1 second. Hello. Okay, so here's a great way to describe the Freedom Conspiracy album, okay? In 2005, all right, somebody on it was either the Superjoint Ritual forum or it was the Down forum, probably would have been more appropriate for the Down forum, but something's telling me it was on the Superjoint forum. Anyway, somebody asked a question and I read it and I was like, holy shit. I'm like, I have had the same fucking question verbatim for the last, well, it couldn't have been that long. Down 2 came out in 2000. All right, so it was 3 years, right? Because I remember it was 05 when they asked the question. Anyway, the band members were like pretty active on those forums and somebody asked Jimmy, they were like, Jimmy, is Down ever gonna write any more songs that sound like Doobie Interlude and Landing on the Mountains of Megiddo, why are Down songs so hard to pronounce, right? But anyway, no, I had wondered that, like those two songs specifically. And I was like, all right, and Jimmy was like, he's like, yeah, we're talking about writing an entire album that sounds like that. They're both like acoustics. Well, you know the fucking songs, man. Anybody that doesn't, they're both like really trippy sounding, acoustic, real fucking trippy sounding songs, right? However, okay, when I heard Freedom Conspiracy, that album is an entire album of fucking Doobie Interlude, whatever the fuck it's called, and Landing on the Mountains of whatever the hell that's called, right? Okay, it is an entire album like that, and it is so fucking good, man. I could not give a straight answer as to like, what's my favorite song off of it. Maybe I'd say Shards, maybe I'd say Crystal Madonna, man. I don't fucking know. Maybe I'd say Freedom Conspiracy. Yeah, dude, like if you want to chill out, you wanna relax, man, you wanna go someplace off in the fucking distance, maybe in the past, it brought me to like Hampton Beach in the 80s, man. Fucking real hazy, kind of like Hampton Beach. And by the way, Joey Belladonna just announced his solo band is playing a whole week up there at Hampton. It's in New Hampshire, it's where I'm originally from. So yeah, man, like, if you wanna watch a documentary about just a real hardcore motherfucker, watch Wino, the documentary. It's got a lot of commentary from Jimmy Bowers in it. It's got a part with Phil Anselmo in it. Dixie Dave is in it. A lot of Wino's friends, and it's fucking awesome, dude. All right, now on to the new Bongzilla song. It is called King of Weed, and it's off their upcoming album, Dab City. And man, this is like, it's Bongzilla, okay? Like, this could have been on fucking Weedsconsin, could have been on Gateway, could have been on The Split with Tons or something like that, but it's, okay, if you're new to Bongzilla, all right, take the first and the second, Paranoid, and maybe skip over Master Reality, go to Volume 4. Take those albums, put them in, like a fuzz pedal or a distortion pedal or something like that, right? And like, it's that, okay? If Crosby, Stills, Nash Young got together with Lynyrd Skynyrd and they were like, let's form a metal band, okay? It would sound like Bongzilla, man. And that would fucking rule, okay? And damn, man, it's too bad that we lost David Crosby recently, because they ruled, and if they were still around, I would wish that they would tour with Bongzilla, because that would be fucking awesome, right? Yeah, man, it's got that kind of like, it's got that fucking kind of like feel of like the 1960s protest music, Crosby, Stills, and Nash, and Young, and then it's got that kind of like southern sort of like Lynyrd Skynyrd feel too. And I'm even including like the more recent albums with Johnny Van Zant in there too. And that sucks. Well, we still got them on the road, but now Gary Rosington though. Rest in peace, Gary Rosington too. But man, if you like southern rock, dude, try on that 20 album, okay? The whole album kicks your ass, man. Yeah, dude, so if those two bands got together and they said, we're gonna play metal, it sound like Bongzilla. So, all right, man, like, we're just gonna listen to the song, and fucking, I've heard it a million times already. This is not a reaction. You know what we're gonna you know what we're gonna do? I just had an idea. You remember that show on VH1, Pop-Up Video? Where they used to play fucking stupid music on it, but it's like, this show was cool though, It's like, where else could you learn that, like, Demi Moore's favorite song is Heaven Let Your Light Shine Down by Collective Soul or something. Bullshit like that, right? You could on Pop-Up Video, okay? Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. So when we listen to this, it's gonna be Pop-Up Spew, the new Bongzilla song edition, all right? That's what we're gonna fucking do, okay? All right, so anyway, let's just get right into it, okay? This is King of Weed by Bongzilla off their upcoming album, Dab City. Fucking A, dude. Is it just me? You get that kind of like 60s sort of feel, That sort of like Vietnam era part from section of Forrest Gump. Oh, fuck. I was gonna say, hold on. Going home late at night. You know what I mean? Slow. It's like being high. I only did that once. Makes you feel high now. just fine on any Emperor album, you know what I mean? Ancient. So yeah, dude, there you go, man. That is the latest song from Bongzilla. It's called King of Weed. Fuck, there you go, man. If you like that song, man, cool, let me know. Or if you like, if you like other stoner shit. Acid King's a classic. Acid Mammoth is another one. They're like a newer band, but Acid Mammoth, dude. Try on that fucking Caravan, the latest. And Black Dust, the last song of the album, is my favorite, man. Shit. But anyway, alright, well, hey, you know what? Thanks a lot for watching. If you've seen the Wino documentary yet, or if you got any Wino stories, if you've ever met him before, I haven't. I'd like to meet him someday. But alright, well, hey, if you liked the video, then maybe you'll give it a thumbs up. Or if you just like hearing somebody bullshit about metal, then fucking A, man, hit that subscribe button. But in the meantime, alright, stay fucking metal.